general, not in relationships, is honesty, love, and respect. So I think that for me, those are the most important things in any relationship that I have, in my friendships, in my relationship with my family, in everything. You know, you always need to be honest. You always need to, you know, just respect the other person and then love them.
Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. It sounds like you want someone to want you and not just need you for who you are, basically. Well, being married for 27 years, I know when we were first married, you go through lots of stages. When you first get married, you have your single friends and you have your single friends, and sometimes you go out with the guys and I'll go with the girls, but we found over time that totally changed. We suddenly started having friends that were couples, and we'd be friends together, and we'd be friends with people that had things in common with us. Like, so when we had small children, we had friends with small children, and it was easier to hang out with them, to do that. So we've evolved. You evolve as you are married longer. Little things like going on a date, you know, never, always never taking the other person for granted. Again, keeping in with respect and loving them for their differences, and
be totally honest with the other person. I remember the first, few years of our marriage, would even say, is there anything I've done that may have hurt your feelings?
I remember that.
And to be totally honest, because you're in a group of friends and there's no kids or nothing at that point, you're in a relationship, and you may have told a joke at the brunt of your spouse's expense, and you didn't realize at the time, but you really hurt their feelings, and you could get the feeling on the way home that you may have said something.
No, it's true.
After having a few drinks or whatever. And then we started doing that.
Once a month.
Once a month we say, is there anything we've done to hurt, if you hold on?
Said or did once a month.
And it's amazing how things brought up and go, I had no idea I hurt your feelings. And then that other person harbored this hurt and they didn't know how to bring it up. Because I think that snowball, suddenly you may get into an argument and you realize that, where is this all coming from?
Because you bring up things that happened a long time
Months or a year ago. So we found that we haven't done that in years and years.
But the first probably 5 years of our marriage, we did
that on a regular basis. And we found that really
cleared the air. Reset.
And there's no hidden agendas. But I think to keep your relationship on a, going forward momentum, do things that really help you reconnect, and just go for walks, hold hands. I find is really connects you, and go for walks and just talk.
And we do fun things together. We play volleyball together. We've gone to yoga together. We have fun together. You laugh together. That's important. Like, it doesn't have to be all serious and, worrying about finances and house and mortgage payments. Like, just be silly sometimes and have fun.
You definitely have to have those serious conversations where, our mortgage is coming up for renewal and what we're going to do. But you work through it, and you be in a common field. You compromise. You work together as a common goal, as a united front. So I think that keeps you going strong together.
Well, and communication is so huge.
It keeps coming up over and over. Communicate.
Absolutely. And not to be afraid of conflict. I mean, get it out there. And I found you get it out there sooner than later.
Oh, don't wait. If there's something that you feel you've done, the longer you leave it, the harder it's to bring it up. And if you finally do bring it up, why did you wait so many days or weeks to bring this up?
Well, there's people out there that avoid conflict. So I'm going to just say that don't avoid. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just builds. It just collects.
Don't bury
it. The other thing is we do collect. Like, even little things, that we think that we can get by. Well, I'll just let that go. The next fight, guess what?
You bring
all those things that you put aside, they're all up there. And so I always say, just clear the air as much as you can. And you notice that. The thing of it is a relationship. You are knowing of each other. You're knowing of the personality and who you are, and you already know. Just even if you haven't done anything that day, just that nuance of how they're responding or whatever, or the tone or
body language.
I mean, those are all things you got to. Not only just words. And those are just even a feeling that something's off. I mean, you can sit on it for a little bit, or as you play it out, you already know you got to deal with it. It's almost like you got a lance going, And so I say, let's just get it out.
We've all said also what we swore right from day one never to go to bed angry.
That's a good.
Always resolve your issues, because there's nothing worse than sleeping with someone who you're angry at.
No, that's
And so we've,
hard.
some discussions have stayed up till, for hours and resolve it. No matter what, how long it takes, just work it out. Even if you have to take a break and then come back to it.
Sometimes a break is good just to calm down.
Bring your emotionals back down to a fair level.
That's right. Well, I have a scale that we use, 0 to 5. We're irrational, even though we can feel ourselves getting emotional. After 5 to 10, I call that overreaction. We're not rational then. And a lot of the times where we want to resolve the issues are after the 5. And we're not resolving
That's
anything.
not a good time.
No. So we need to take a break, like you're saying, and get back to fast under the 5 so we can
And
do
make
this.
sure you come back to it. It's so crucial.
Absolutely.
Well, we were not going to talk about this. That doesn't work.
No.
Talk about it.
Sometimes though, when it's like late and you have a fight, I'm going to bed,
That's
like, but then when you wake up in the morning,
It's still there.
it's there, but sometimes like for me, I just kind of forget. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Because then you just go over to him and then you hug him. You're like, I forgive you, and then you just move on, right?
But that's,
So
that's
just going
true.
to bed.
But that way you've resolved it.
I guess so.
Or
But
you
you
feel
haven't
it.
talked about it, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if it comes up again, it's not resolved.
Depending on
that's
what it is.
That's your test. I mean,
Yes.
you may have been able to truly put it away, but if it comes up again on another issue, then you haven't resolved it.
That's right.
But I don't know. I work in talking, and I get feedback from my family and my husband, and we have to continually get better. It doesn't matter how much work, because talking at a neutral level where I'm not emotionally engaged is easy. It's easy.
Yes.
I can talk anything around that, but it doesn't involve me emotionally. But as soon as the person is involved in the conversation, then that communication gets difficult.
Yeah.
And you don't know how it's always going to come out because your emotions are now engaged. And so that's how to talk, I guess, on an emotional level, how to communicate effectively on an emotional. Maybe that should be the next workshop. But it really that's true. We've got to really be aware of our emotions and our feelings. Who do we have to be aware of? We got to be aware of ourselves. I really believe that part of happiness is being happy with myself. Because if I'm always unhappy about life, how life has treated me, or where I'm at, even my husband can't come through for me, and that's something I have to resolve. So if I'm looking for him to make it go away, it's not going to go away. No. So we have to work on this. We've got to be happy too, to be happy.
You have to love yourself first before you can love
Absolutely.
someone else.
Yes.
If you have your issues with yourself, you better resolve those, and then you can resolve your partnership issues.
Well, before we end, I thought we had some really good discussion. Is there anything that I don't want to shut you guys down? Is there anything that you'd like to say before, as a closing thought to all the questions that we raised and thoughts and comments? Do you have a closing thought that you would like to say? I don't know who wants to start. Should I just name someone, or?
Well, I could say that I feel that you get out of a relationship what you put into it.
That's good.
And
Yeah.
that if you're 100% committed to the other person in your relationship and that person's 100% committed back, even better than 100%, I feel you have a fighting chance in this day and age to have a successful relationship with whoever you're with. So it's make sure that person's your best friend, and don't ever compromise on that, and treat that person like your best friend, and have fun and enjoy life like that person's your best friend, and you're gonna have a good life together.
So be best friends.
Yes.
And have fun.
Yes.
That's very good.
And be invested.
Invested.
Yes. I think relationships are great. There's a risk to every relationship. There's a risk when you give your heart to someone and you fall in love. But it's a risk worth taking. And just overall, I think you'll have more success with someone if you have sometimes more in common with them. Common background, common morals, common values. If you come from that place and you can be best friends, then I think you can accomplish anything and get over any hurdle.
So being in common with each other in beliefs and values is huge.
Helps.
It's a great start when you're
Yes.
dating. Find someone that you have something in common with, because if you're so many things are opposite, it's a struggle. And could it work? Possibly, but I think you have a better start if you better chance. Yes.
Yeah, you can still work out the issues, but you don't have. The thing is, you save some fights. If you're
Why do you want to work that hard? I don't know.
Well, the thing is, we don't always know what these emotions of ours will do. That's the trouble.
And that's the dating process to find someone out there that works with you.
That's right. I think we should, even though that was traditional, we need to allow ourselves that dating time, and getting to know time. Where we just jumping into the relationship right after that first date? I think we've lost the time to be friends. Or what is a friend even?
Get to know one another before you start having sex. So just put that aside and just get to know each other on a people level.
Mm-hmm. Sounds great. What would you like to say?
Yeah, I agree with the comment about finding someone that you have something in common with, because that's just the basis to even making friends, right?
Yeah.
Being able to find something in common with people, and you find a few things in common, and then things just go from there.
Yeah.
So, I would say to all my single people out there that if you haven't been able to find somebody that you connect with, there's someone for everyone.
Keep looking.
One day, maybe there's things that you need to worry about right now that you need to sort out in your own life before you find someone. So focus on you first, and then, things will just kind of come from there. And
that's good. Work on you and and connect with people that you feel connected with.
Absolutely.
Don't make the connection happen, or don't logically make it happen because you think your
don't
friends
force
want
it.
Let it happen.
Yeah, just let it happen, because that a lot of great relationships sprout from something that you never thought would happen.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, and that's right. Don't even
don't
throw out the baby and the water at the same time. Just throw out the water and keep the baby, because you never know what's going to happen.
I would just say feel as though your partner is the best accomplishment that you found in your whole entire life, because you go through your whole life trying to find a partner compatible to you. Once you find them, feel like it's the best accomplishment, because if you guys connect and you get married and you have kids, you've done one of the biggest tasks you are supposed to do in your life, is to find a partner. Someone that's supposed to be for you. So feel as though your partner is the best accomplishment for you.
Excellent.
And if at the end of the day, after the end of the day, we can say that our partners have been our best friends, our best lovers, our best best whoever, who know us intimately and know who we are. We've done our work. Relationships are a wonderful thing. We're made to be in relationships.
Yes.
And let's find some good relationships. Right?